It all went wrong. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've posted something on this channel. A lot of stuff happened during this period, and today I'm gonna talk all about it. First is how I accidentally built another programming language instead of an intermediate representation for my compiler backend. I don't really know if what I did could even be called a compiler, but I guess it can, since technically I have intermediate representation and that IR can be transformed into assembly. In the period when I was not procrastinating, I kept implementing other instructions in my intermediate representation and make code generation more elegant by making an API. I was also learning about 64-bit assembly and doing web dev projects for a school fair. And yep, we lost. And I know that I said I was done with that life, but web dev is just a curse you can't get rid of. Seriously. Recently, I was talking to a friend about my project and he wanted to check it out. At first, he was doubtful and asked if the intermediate representation was SSA. And I said, "What do you mean?" He was asking how I assign values in this intermediate representation and how I was generating the IR and how it translated into target-based instructions. Then he says that's not an intermediate representation. Then I said, well, it is. It is simple and it transforms into assembly. And he said, no, it isn't. I don't even think you made a true target-based code generator. And then he proceeds to explain what SSA is and what a compiler backend really does and how it does it. Shout out to him, by the way. That basically tore me apart because I built yet another programming language instead of a compiler backend intermediate representation. And turns out compiler backends are way more complex than what I expected. And that's how I accidentally built another programming language. Just in case you're curious, I was using the same process of compilation steps to generate instructions directly from the AST. Eventually, my friend gave me awesome resources to read and learn more about compiler development, and this awesome LLVM guide on how to write an LLVM backend. I can base myself on it and start building from there. Maybe even turn it into a series. Still on compilers, one of the biggest changes that happened during this period was the change of focus in my projects. Chrono itself is not a language with much appeal. It's essentially a concept of a more ergonomic Zig-like language. But there are already many languages with that style and with goals more grounded than mine. It is a nice toy language and I want to keep building it. However, the more I got into Envy, the more I started to like the sub-project. Compiler backends is a topic with, unfortunately, not much straightforward resources, and there's so much yet to be explored in this compiler development world. It's a nice change that will make Chrono truly unique. Also, I started reading a new book about Linux virtualization. On my first video, I built a container from scratch using system calls. Now, I want to make that evolve into a container engine. This will be part of a new virtualization series on this channel. And since I've mentioned Zig, let's talk about it. The new Zig update brought a lot of new things and a new beautiful API, and with that it also brought a lot of breaking changes in the standard library. It's like a complete rewrite of the language. A lot of stuff got removed and most things now explicitly required a IO structure to perform IO operations. Without a doubt, this is a huge update. With that said, It also fucked all of my work on most projects. With such a brute update and API changes, you basically have to rewrite your entire codebase to match the new style, which is a stupid amount of work. Don't get me wrong, it is a nice update, but trying to implement new features into a compiler while rewriting the codebase was just a bad decision of mine. Cool. Now, changing topics, I'm also transitioning from NeoVim to Helix. Not that you would care, but I'd just like to share that with whoever is watching. I feel like Helix is way more fast than NeoVim, and honestly, what made me switch to it, aside from the speed, it was the three-seater situation in the new NeoVim update, the 0.12 update. It messed up most of my previous configs and plugins, while Helix just works. I'm preferring stability over edginess. About the future of this channel, I plan to make a series about system topics like compiler development, virtualization, networking, and maybe even graphics. But right now, the release pace will remain the same, one video per month, or maybe even two if I have the time. For now, that's about it. I'm releasing another video soon, so stay tuned for more. Peace.